Hey guys, it's Kaylin and I'm back with another video, and today's video is going to be all about college. Okay, now let's just get the elephant out of the room. Yes, this is a bonnet. I have not washed my hair yet because I graduate and I want my hair to be like super fresh, and I graduate on Friday. But what I will say is that I haven't done my hair because of that, because I want to wait and let it just, you know, do its thing. I'm deep conditioning right now, and I will have a whole deep conditioning routine on my channel at some point in time, but not right now. So that's not what this video is for. If you guys want to see and hear my college experience and hear my advice to you as a college student, as a college freshman, as a incoming student, as a transfer, whatever you are, then just stay tuned. And if you are new to the family, what's up? Hey, how's it going? I'm so happy that you made it here. So I don't know how you found my video, but you did. And you know, things happen for a reason. And I think that that reason could be that you're supposed to subscribe because you're supposed to see me like all the time, and you want to see my videos because I'm cool and I'm nice and I'm a little cute. So yeah, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button too, and the notification bell, because you know that thing makes sure you see all my videos, because YouTube still doesn't give my subscribers notifications that I posted a video. So yeah, hit the notification bell so you can make sure you see all my videos. Okay, so originally this video concept, I got it from my friend Kayla, who you guys also know. She's a YouTuber on YouTube, obviously. But yes, she made a video kind of chronicling her college experience, and it was like a get ready with me. I have no reason to get ready right now. I'm actually about to go to work, and I can go to work like this, so going to work like this. But I wanted to let you guys know, like, kind of a response video, because we went to the same school. We had similar experiences, but not completely similar, and my video kind of gives you a different outtake on it. So if you want two different perspectives on college, that's what I'm here to give you. So let's just, you know, jump right into me going into college. So I didn't want to go to college. I'm going to preface this by saying I didn't want to go to college, never wanted to go to college, hated college the entire way through for the most part, as far as the college aspect. I'll get into that later. But yeah, so when I went into college, I actually applied to 5 schools, and I got into all 5 of my schools. So I was super excited. I was a senior in high school. I got accepted into the school. I got my dream school was Howard University. I got accepted to Howard. I was like, I am in this thing. You know what? Like, if I'm gonna do college, we're gonna do it right. I'm gonna go off to school. I'm gonna go far away from Texas. All that. And my dream got shot down. I couldn't afford to go to many of the schools. Actually, out of the 5 that I chose, 3 of them I couldn't afford because they were out-of-state schools. So I was like, ooh, okay, well, I'm not staying in Texas, so I'm gonna just, you know, dip. I'm gonna move to Los Angeles. I'm gonna be a famous actor, famous YouTuber. I'm gonna get this thing popping. So yeah, if you guys are not new to my channel, you guys know that I've had a long journey with YouTube at this point in time. This is not my first channel. This is not my first go around with this. But I had the idea to start a YouTube channel back in like 2013, 2014. I graduated high school in 2014. So that's when I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna do like all the other YouTubers and go to Los Angeles and just make it. Well, I signed a lease in Los Angeles, and I signed a lease on like a Friday, and that Saturday I got into a car wreck. So all my money went from savings to getting my car fixed at the time. And so I couldn't go to California, and I was kind of stuck. So it was like, shit, I have to go to college. Cool. So I had 2 options, UNT or Texas A&M Corpus Christi. I'm from Dallas, so I was like, I'm not going to UNT. Like, that's too close to home. I'm not doing it. So I decided to go to A&M Corpus Christi, went to Corpus Christi, and honestly, I really enjoyed this. Okay, good. Y'all know who she is. Okay. Well, I will talk to you later. Call me when you get off work. Yeah, order. Okay, bye. So I ended up going to Corpus Christi, and honestly, I really loved the school. A&M Corpus Christi is a really good school. It is on its own little kind of island sort of thing. So it was a small school, like 10,000 students. I mean, not everybody could fit on the island, obviously. And Corpus Christi is a really small town. It's not a small town. I would say it's a small city. So I think it has like a couple 100,000 people that are there. And someone coming from the DFW Metroplex, that was a really big culture shock for me, because I was like, there's no one here. There's absolutely nothing to do. And I was just over it. So with that, the 98% humidity every single day, and then the torrential rain. I was like, I can't do this. But overall, I really like the school. If you want to go to a school that has like a lot of resources as far as academic or even like getting involved into clubs, everybody's super nice there, and they recently have like done upgrades to the school, so it's a really good school, especially for like research students of any kind. Like, go to that school. It's a really good school. I definitely would say like do that. As far as like orientation and like getting into the school, I was extremely happy with all of that, and honestly I was living the time of my life. I just didn't like the city. So after my first semester, bounced, and I went to UNT, and actually UNT didn't accept me. UNT got into Howard, but UNT didn't accept me. They said that I had to go to another school for a semester before I could go to UNT, and I actually didn't know that. I actually looked at my letter to see like, oh, could I possibly, like, how could I transfer into UNT and everything, and it told me that like I was eligible to go, and I was like, when was I not eligible? And then I saw the letter, and it was like, oh no, you got accepted, but it was like you have to wait a semester or go to a junior college for a semester. I was like, what? All right. So I went to UNT because I knew Zuri. You guys know Zuri. My best friend with Zuri at the time was here, so I was like, okay, well, I know somebody. My best friend is there. I can go to school there, and she'll be my friend, and it'll be kind of cool because I was only technically go to UNT for a year and a half at that time, because that was my second semester. I was like, go here for a year and a half, and then transfer to like a California school, or just, you know, say screw it, not go back to school. So I went to UNT, and my roommate situation was trash. I ended up getting some randoms, and meanwhile, when I got to UNT, I didn't really like the way that the transfer orientation was about. Like, I had no interest in that. Like, literally they sat you in a room and was like, here's your schedule, call, go about your day. And it was like, okay, cool. I didn't really feel like I was welcomed into the school or anything. It was a very dull process, to say the least. So that semester was kind of cool. I mean, I met some of Zuri's friends, but at that point in time, it was like, I had Zuri and then like her friends that she had made. But I didn't really know them like that. So it was like, I didn't have my own group of friends. It was like, those are her friends. So it was cool. We ended up getting really close, and it was fine. Everything was cool. Over the summer, I stayed back in Dallas, and then I moved into another apartment that I lived at for the next 3 years, which is 1451. 1451 is a really good apartment complex for anybody going into Denton to UNT. Really cool. Like, they were really good. The management is really good. Comparatively, I'll say, like, compared to any of the other apartments, like, go to 1451. It is kind of pricey, but you get what you pay for. You get so much more space. The rooms are bigger. The closet is really nice. The restrooms are really nice. Like I said, management is really nice. The pool is amazing. The amenities that you get, really good. So my sophomore year, I really wasn't feeling it. Like, it was at that point in time, I was just like, I don't want to be here. This is dumb. Like, why am I here? Whatever. And so, like 2 weeks into my sophomore year, I dropped out. I was like, screw this. I'm just gonna go move to LA again. Like, just like, I want to start my life. I want to do this. I want to do all these things. I want to go to LA. And I actually vlogged a lot of that time and it's on YouTube. I think it's the Where Have I Been video. I'll also link that up below as well. Or on this, I don't know which side it's on. You'll figure it out. But yeah, I chronicled a lot of that time. I ended up getting a better job when I dropped out, and then I went back to school the next semester because it was like I owed money to the school, and I was just like, I can't just dip on the stage and just say screw it at that point in time. So I went back to school, and I stayed with Zuri because I had given up my apartment complex because I was like, I can't live here anymore because I'm moving out of the country. Well, not out of the country, out of the state. I was moving out of the state, so it was like, I can't stay in my apartment. So I stayed with Zuri for 3 days out of the week, and then I stayed back home for 3 days out of the week. So I was kind of a commuter student at that point. And also, thank you, Zuri. Thank you to her roommates, Kayla and Arnell and Amber, for letting me stay with y'all. Much love to y'all. But yeah, so me and her roommates got closer at that point in time. We all became like really good friends, and it was a really good semester, honestly. I made my spring of my sophomore year a really good semester, and then I took summer classes over that summer and the summer before my senior year. Now, what I will say about summer classes is that I would totally recommend any college student, if you can take at least 1 or 2, it gets you ahead, and they're not necessarily that hard. I would take a lot of your core classes over the summer, or like your like lower level elective classes, because it's a breeze. You still get a refund, and I mean, you can stay in your apartment and not have to really worry about anything. I mean, the classes, if anything, they meet every day, but it's like for 3 hours for like 4 weeks. And so it's super quick. You get a class done and you can go back the next semester and not have to worry about it. And it gets you closer to being able to do the things that you want to do. So yeah, that's one little tidbit of advice. But yeah, so my junior year, I was back into my apartment complex, and I honestly was pretty fine. Like after my sophomore year was probably my worst year. My junior year was my hardest year because I wanted to get more involved. So I started getting involved in some more clubs. I started meeting new friends and new people, and I was starting to get my life back together on what I wanted to do. I realized, because I changed my major at that time before. So at first I went from being a theater major, which I had done theater forever, and then I was a theater major, and then I went to undeclared, then I went to communications. And communications as the major was not bad, but it wasn't something that I was super passionate in. And so I was like, I don't want to do this. This is just dumb. So I took some of those classes, did well in them, but it wasn't my major that I wanted. And I realized that was why I dropped out of school, because I was like not doing anything that I wanted. So I started getting more into clubs and things that I wanted to do. Started back on YouTube a lot more. And I was also working, so I was doing YouTube infrequently, full-time at school, and almost full-time at work. And so it was like a lot at that time. But yeah, I was still trying to make it work. And I was also in shows at that point too. So then my senior year was this past year. And my senior year, I took summer classes as well to get ahead, because I ended up having to change my major once more. So I went from being communications, well, from theater to undeclared to communications to theater again. But the theater department has like this wonky kind of scheduling with their classes, so I wasn't able to take the classes that I needed to take in order to graduate now in the time span that I had. Even with me taking summer classes, it just wasn't going to be able to work, because they don't offer a lot of summer classes for theater at community colleges or at my school. So it was just kind of like so I decided to do general studies, or integrated studies is what we call it at UNT. So technically it's like I have 3 minors almost. It's like I have 3 minors that I made into one major. So I ended up doing sociology, which was something I was really interested in. I was interested more in psychology, but sociology was really cool, and it taught me a lot about our society in general, which is why I've been more comfortable talking about some of the major issues that we have going on in our country. And then communications, which I done all my communications classes, because in that 2 semesters that I was a communications major, I done a lot of my credits that I needed to have a minor in communications. And then my theater credits, because I had done pretty much all of those as well to have a minor, I was done with that. So my senior year, I was solely doing sociology courses for the most part, and like a sparse amount of communications. And then I also was in a show. So I was in a show last year as well. So I was doing 18 hours, a show, a job, and I was trying to maintain YouTube. And it was just like a lot of work. But I wanted to do that so I could graduate in May and not have to worry about it over this summer as well. Because they do allow you to walk, but not graduate until like you finish your last few classes. Like if you have like less than 9 hours, I think you can still walk in the semester before that, or the graduation before that. So that's kind of how we are here. I won't really explain a lot of the other stuff, because you guys have seen a lot of my senior year more than you've seen most other years, I guess. But yeah, my senior year was not necessarily too hard. My first semester was really stressful just because of time management issues, but the coursework wasn't necessarily extremely hard. And in this semester, I had all online classes, which was hard because it was very much so demanding on time management, but the coursework wasn't extremely hard, if that makes sense, because I had mostly elective classes, so it was like whatever, but I just still had to do them in order to graduate. So yeah, fast forward to now. Here we are, me as by the time you guys are watching this, alumni. I guess my advice, what would I say? Like, would I say that it was worth it? I mean, it would depend. Like, if someone was to ask me, should I go to college, what would I say? And it would really be if you know what you want to do, and you say, I want to be an artist, or I want to be whatever. Now, if you say you want to be a doctor or a lawyer or something like that, go to school. Yes, you have to go to school. Like, it is just going to be a lot more beneficial if you just go to school. Could you possibly finagle your way into something? Maybe, but go to school. Like, the chances of you making it without going to school is... But if you say you want to do something that doesn't necessarily require you going to school and your heart is set on that, go do that. Like, you're going to waste a lot of money and a lot of time going to college if you don't follow your dreams. And you're just going to be miserable because you want to do that. But I will say this, you have to make a plan and stick to that plan. And if that plan doesn't work out, have backup plans to get to the same goal. My issue was that when plans wouldn't work out, I would just try to have a fallback plan that was completely unrelated, and that's why I would balance between being happy and then being sad, all of that. I really didn't. College taught me to kind of stick with the plan or have a goal and many plans that lead to the same goal versus having one plan, one goal, or a backup plan to a different goal. And that was something that I needed to learn. But what I say that college taught me a lot, yes, not through the curriculum though. The curriculum didn't teach me a whole heck of a lot. As far as being in debt, definitely not worth being in debt for. But it did teach me, I had a lot of growing that I had to do. And that's why I appreciate college. But do I feel that I could have learned these same things in Los Angeles had I moved when I was in high school? For sure. I think that I still would have learned these things. It would have been a lot harder. And do I think that I was ready at that point? No. But what I say for anybody else, if you have a really passionate plan, like, go for that. Like, follow your dreams. Like, don't let anybody tell you that you have to do it this way or that you have to do it this way. Me being a person of color and not really knowing what to do, my parents really don't have that much money to kind of help me out if anything does go wrong. The safe way was to go to school to have a degree. So I can say, yes, I can have a degree, but does that affect me now that I'm about to graduate? No. Nothing that I do now requires a degree. Nothing I'm ever going to really do requires a degree. I did learn a lot of lessons though. And so that's what I will thank college for, is that I learned a lot of lessons. I met some people that I absolutely love and have made friendships that I will cherish for years to come. But there's also been people that I don't talk to. Like, there's people that were my best friends freshman year that I do not even speak to now. Have no interest in speaking to. Have no issue with those people. Do not wish them anything but, like, wellness. But as far as, like, us having to talk and hang out, no, like, don't need to do that. But, yeah, that's what I would say. As far as, like, going to college, like, was it worth it for me? Because of the lessons that I learned, yes. As far as going to school, no, I don't think that that was worth it. So many times that I was stressed out, that I was upset, that I was miserable, that I was tired, that I could have been doing something else that I wanted to do. And there's a lot of people who drop out and don't come back for that reason, because they are either chasing money or they're chasing their dreams. And I say, if you can blend those two to where you can chase your dreams and money at the same time, do that. But do I think college is a scam? For sure. Like, most of the people that I do know that even need a degree will go into a job that requires them to do training, and they could literally learn a whole new system at that point in time. And most of their curriculum that they learned didn't teach them anything, but the degree is what mattered. So it's like, it's that thin line of, is it a scam? In the sense of, do you need college? Like, do I think that college itself is something that you need? No. But you can learn a lot of valuable lessons. You can meet some really, really good people, make some really, really good connections, and you can make it worth it. I say, if you're going to college and you're kind of hesitant, you make college what you want to be. With anything, and honestly, with life, you make it what you want it to be. You literally have that control. Don't take no for an answer. Don't settle for anything. You can literally make college whatever you want. I have friends who are not even using their degree now, and they absolutely loved college. Absolutely loved college. Like, I look at them and I'm like, why are you coming back to visit here? Like, what? I'm not coming back to do this. But they loved college, and no, they went to the same school that I went to, had met the same people that I encountered, but they had a different experience, and that's okay. It's not for everybody. College is literally not for everybody. So I wouldn't say that you have to go to college at all. As far as, was it a terrible experience? No, but wasn't the best, and I could have lived without it. But here we are. Everything happens for a reason. So I'm okay with that. But yeah, that's my little soapbox, I guess, for college. If you guys like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. If you have any questions about college or like anything like that, like the application process or financial aid or any more questions, like leave them in the description box. I might do like a college Q&A. I'm thinking about doing one of those with some people, so let me know. Yeah. Well, I hope you guys liked this video. If you did, please give it a big thumbs up. And again, if you are new here and you have sat through this whole entire video, subscribe. Because you want to see my face again. I know you do. I know you do. I know it. So, yes, subscribe. Okay. See you guys next time. Alright. Peace out. Bye.